Yo, what's up? Ricky Sanders here. If you live for fast cars, greasy hands, and solving problems under the hood, welcome to your new favourite spot. I'm all about real fixes, no BS, and showing you how to keep your ride running like a champ. So go ahead, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and let's make some noise in the garage. Enough talk, let's get ready.
TSI engines use the principle of direct injection of fuel into each cylinder under high pressure. In fact, it is a hybrid of the injection system of diesel and gasoline engines. On the Volkswagen Polo, which has 6 generations and leading its production history since 1975, gasoline and diesel engines were installed. Since the car belongs to the Mini class and is based in the modern version on the A0 platform, motors with a volume of 1.1 to 1 andlt. Diotandit, 6 litres were installed on the car. Depending on the year of production and place of release of the car, there are both classic power units made on the inline scheme, L4, and units of non-classical layout L3V6, L3V12, L4V20. Inline 3/4 Volkswagen Polo sedan, as well as for hatchbacks offered motor checkmate EA111 series. These internal combustion engines were first introduced in the mid-70s and were originally installed on the Audi 50. The unit has liquid cooling. The timing scheme is made by single-shaft or twin-shaft arrangement. Accordingly, the designation of the engines was L3EA111 SOHC and L3EA111 DOHC. Working volume of the combustion chambers is 1,200 cubic centimeters. Compression ratio is 10.3 and 10.5. The power unit was designed for the use of 92 gasoline. In its top configuration with 2 camshafts, the engine produced 70 horsepower and 112 Nm, which allowed to accelerate the VW Polo to 165 km/h, consuming 5.2 litres of fuel per 100 km of mileage. The inline gasoline 3 was produced until 2014. Its forced brother produces 110 horses and 200 Nm of torque, while consuming only 200 grams more fuel. Winning on volume and consumption, the engines are not in no way inferior to the inline 4 with a volume of 1.6 litres, supplied to complete the car at the Russian factory. Diesel variants were also produced on the basis of the shortened inline scheme. The motor had the same index EA111. It was produced until 2014 there, at the Czech plant. The last revision of the diesel was made in 2009, and the unit received the designation 1.2 TDI Blue Motion. The turbocharged Polo sedan engine was equipped with common rail injection system and had a particulate filter. This tractive baby developed 180 Nm of low-down thrust, 2000 RPM, and produced 75 horsepower, which, taking into account the low weight of the car, allowed to reduce fuel consumption to 3.4 litres 100 km and accelerate the car to 173 km per hour. Such indicators on power and torque has a modern engine with a volume of 1.4 litres TDI Blue Motion, aggregated with a 5-speed gearbox and made according to the scheme L312V DOHC. The 3-piston Polo sedan engine is not as common. There is a prejudice about the low operational reliability of this layout and low maintainability, which is refuted by the mileage of more than 300,000 kilometers before the first overhaul. Repair of such engines is usually performed in service stations. Inline 4s on the Volkswagen Polo, inline 4s are installed, and, moreover, both gasoline and diesel. The most common volume of the power units used is 1.4 and 1.6. It should be noted that the 1,400 cubic centimeters engine of the Volkswagen Polo sedan has improved characteristics in terms of power and economy. The torques of this unit have a constant value of 200 Nm in the range of operation from 1400 to 4000 RPM. All currently produced inline gasoline 4s, installed on standard car configurations, a DOHC with 2 camshafts controlling 16 valves. At the same time, the maximum torques of the engines are the same, 155 Newton meters, and are achieved in the range of crankshaft rotation from 3800 to 4000 rpm. The resource of the 1.6 EA211 engine is 250 to 300,000 kilometers. It is not particularly regulated by the manufacturer. Despite the fact that the engine is positioned as modern and satisfying the requirements of Euro 5, it is being actively displaced from the European market and replaced by power units of 1.2 and 1.4 litres. The 1.2 TSI is an inline gasoline that uses an advanced fuel injection system. Depending on the settings, the engine is capable of developing 90 or 110 horsepower and 160 to 175 Newton meters of thrust respectively. This engine is combined with manual and automatic. In its maximum version, accelerates the car to 196 km/h. At the same time, the appetite of the Polo sedan engine is very moderate, only 4.7 to 4.9 litres, 100 km. Operating fluids of engines Volkswagen Polo. It is recommended to use gasoline with an octane number of 95 as fuel. The use of 92 gasoline will lead to loss of power and increased consumption. Therefore, the use of fuel with a lower octane number will not result in the desired savings. Motor oil is recommended to be synthetic-based. Although, given that the 1.6 engine was developed in 2004, you can pour semi-synthetic oil for Volkswagen Polo. This does not apply to motors with a volume of 1.4 litres. Only synthetics should be poured into them. What viscosity oil to pour into the crankcase is determined by the climate of the place where the car is operated and the manner of driving. If you use the recommended synthetic 5W30, but operate the car in mountainous terrain or drive with constant hard acceleration, you will have to make major repairs somewhat earlier. For stressful operating conditions, it is better to use a more modern fully synthetic engine oil with characteristics 5W40 or 5W50. Maintenance. The service interval of VW Polo motors is determined by the period of normal operation of the engine liquid lubricant and the life of the filter element of the filter. Service is performed every 15,000 kilometers during normal operation. At highly loaded operation of the car, it is recommended to reduce the interval by half. According to the world experience of operation, when choosing the service interval of 10,000 kilometers and replacement, including the engine air filter, every service interval, and not after 30,000 kilometers, as prescribed by the passport, overhaul can be postponed up to 500,000 kilometers of mileage. Engine repairs operational features, including detectable faults, depend on the model of the power unit installed in a particular car. Tuning options, installing turbos, replacing camshafts, and other mechanical modifications can only be justified if you want to customize the engine. For higher power, it is faster, easier and cheaper to buy more advanced engine options, for example, the unit supplied with the Polo GTI, and capable of developing 180 or 190 horsepower depending on the year of production. Or to install a 2-liter 2.0 TSI, 2.0 WRC, developing 220 horsepower, and accelerating the car to 243 km/h, braking 106.4 seconds. Volkswagen Polo. In conclusion, the Volkswagen Polo's engine is a remarkable blend of efficiency and performance, showcasing innovative design features that enhance its overall functionality. From its robust motor device to the various specifications that cater to different driving needs, the Polo stands out in its class. Understanding the intricacies of its power unit not only helps in appreciating its engineering but also aids in effective repair and refinement. Whether you're a car enthusiast or a Polo owner, knowing these details can significantly enhance your driving experience and maintenance approach. Thank you for watching, and we hope this overview has provided valuable insights into the Volkswagen Polo's engine.